But that would be kind of cool. Like, if you could make... Okay, I think this is getting a bit too ambitious for Nintendo. Or not too ambitious, but they won't do it. But imagine this. If you had some kind of level editor, and then you could make your own story, almost. At that point, I think you're getting a bit out of the realm. Like, making your own game world or story would be a bit complicated. But you could, at the very least, make your own level, I feel, without too much trouble. I hear bird noises. I was kind of hoping there'd be more interesting things down this way, but not seeing much. Breach of Demise is where I'm currently at. It does look pretty demisey, doesn't it? I need to head in that direction eventually. Looks like if I turn around, there's a path that goes that way. And this just kind of leads back to Hyrule Castle. Or at least the front of Hyrule Castle. So yeah, we're just going to turn around and start heading in this direction. I kind of wonder if there's an interesting story behind the Breach of Demise. It's very, very dead and very kind of creepy looking compared to the surrounding areas. Like maybe Dark Lord Ganon swept through here and killed everything and the ground shook and... Oh no, I'm sorry, Calamity Ganon, I forgot. Or maybe it just always looked like this. It's a little blight on Hyrule. Oh no, a traveler! Well, then again, they're doing alright. Come on, fight them! Do it! Sneak strike, that's how you do it. Okay, I admit you helped. I didn't need it, so don't expect any thanks. But you can have this if you want. Monster extract. Suspicious spice can be used to punch up dishes while cooking. Apparently it can be used to make a number of monstrous meals. You're probably wondering what that stuff is. It's called monster extract. A guy named Kilton brews this stuff up at the Fang and Bone. I never looked into that. It's on my list of things to do, I think, after we finish exploring all of the regions of Hyrule. It's kind of flavoring that makes any food taste amazing. I know it's made of monsters, but it's good stuff. There's some weird stories going around about that Kilton character. He's obsessed with monsters. They say he does all kind of hair-raising research with them, and came up with a bunch of strange stuff as a result. I kind of want to meet him at least once to see if the rumors are true, but he's a hard guy to track down. One source I trust says he's most often found at a skull-shaped lake in Akala, but I don't know the place. Skull-shaped lake. That's the one with the eyes. I think they said... Somebody else mentioned that too, but I think he goes somewhere else at night, so maybe we have to find him in the day there. Bird noises. No. Yeah, break it. Finally, I'll have a bow that eventually breaks at some point. had such great ideas. I was like, oh yeah, let's just save up all these lino bows. They seem kind of cool. Except I never actually use bows, so they never actually break. Okay, something's going on over here.
Protection is now ready to roll.
Yep, there's circles and music's being played. Something interesting is happening for sure. Oh. I did not hear your approach. I was lost in the song written by my late teacher. He passed away several years ago, you see, and this was the last song he taught me. Excuse me, I fear I may have gotten carried away. Nostalgia will do that to a person. I know a song about this place. Would you like to hear the ancient verse passed down in this region? Let's hear it.
Oh.
Excellent. Without further ado, when a single arrow threads 2 rings, the shrine will rise like birds on wings. Do you think the rings in the song refer to these oddly shaped rocks? And what of the shrine? There's a mystery to be uncovered here, that's for sure. And I get the feeling the truth is beyond my wildest imagination. May the light illuminate your path. So there's a lot of weird shaped rocks here. I think the thing that's going on here is that we've got to figure out which of the rocks can be used for this. Because some of these are at angles that just aren't going to work. As far as I can tell from listening to that, the only requirements are that you have to get an arrow through 2 rocks. Those are not at an angle for this. It's going to require to be a little bit of a trick shot, but also I think just looking around and figuring out which of these rocks will work for this challenge. But I think the ones that are the highest might be your best bet to start with. That might actually work right there. That's a little bit too much of an angle. Yeah, that's not going to quite work. But this might work. Okay, hold on. Let's get up this rock. Okay, can't quite do that. Maybe from the other way? The distances are probably important too, because there's certain points where I imagine you can't get much more distance out of some of these. Come on. Oh, that's gonna be a pain in the butt to do. I don't know if that one's quite the right one. It's tricky, you know? It kind of feels like a lot of these should work, but they have them at good angles so that they don't. Wonder if that would, though. Where does that hit if I aim at the top? Need to aim a little higher than the top. Alright, cool. There might have been multiple options that would have worked if you could have gotten the right angle on him. That one felt kind of iffy because I was kind of clipping into the rock a little bit with the bow. Let's collect all my arrows. I know I used quite a couple here. I did it, bird person. I like that puzzle. That was a good one. What about this rock? Yeah, this would have been a prime one, actually. This one looks a little bit easier. That would have been a much easier one to proceed with that. I think I'm a little over an hour now. I think I'm actually at about an hour 20 minutes if I'm not mistaken. I want to do a little bit of a longer one today, so we might do some exploring. Ooh, this one isn't the... You succeeded. Here's your prize. Moving in parallel. Okay. So there's a ball that's falling. Oh, these both move. I think I see the puzzle here. Oh, if you get two balls, it'll throw it out. Alright, cool puzzle. I like it. So that's that. Now where's the secret chest? I think I see it back here. Oh, yes I do. Great Thunderblade. I need that thing. Get this Boko Club out of my hand. That's great and all. Can I stand on the platform while it moves? Come on, let me use Rivali's Gale. I'll get myself out of this problem. Do it again. I'm still surprised after looking at this game just how good it looks. And then I remind myself it's playing on essentially a tablet. I really want the Nintendo Switch to do well. I really do. I want to see a lot of, fun games come to it. Because I'm kind of worried, because the Wii U did so bad, and I bought the Wii U, and I think I own like 2 Wii U games. One of them's Splatoon. The other one is Twilight Princess HD. And there's some other ones I'd like to get at some point. I just haven't bothered to get them, but I'm just kind of worried, I don't want to buy another console that I don't buy a bunch of games for. Of course, that might just be my fault for not buying all the cool games, but, you know, I don't know if it's all my fault. See, I'm finally starting to use these shields. You just gotta remember to surf. Everywhere. Surf on the Jetto Bridge. It works well. Alright, so I'm pretty sure that's the Gerudo Desert over there. I want to figure out why I stamped that. I can't remember why I stamped that. It might have been the case where I was looking for something, and I thought it's probably in that direction, and I put a stamp on it. You know, like a long time ago, and I forgot completely about it. Oh yeah, I never did go back and look where this takes place at. Oops. Okay. So, times are still good when that's happening. It looks like about halfway through the portraits here is when times start getting bad. We just got 3 left. Kind of foresty over there. It's gonna be our next tower we go for, I think. Not too far away from here. So I've been over there. Where's that one at? That's the central tower. Which makes sense, it's right in front of the castle. What is that? It's like a giant tree stump with a bridge. That looks cool. Is it cool enough to divert my path, though? I don't know. Probably not yet. But maybe eventually. Wait a second. Isn't this one of the pictures? Remember there being a horse. Also, there's a shooting star that is like absolutely forever away, but I don't know. Do I divert course? It's pretty far away. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get to it before the sun comes back up. No, we'll just focus on this for right now. Gonna knock out 2 memories in one day. These ones are actually kind of close to each other.
Be sure to take the time to soothe your mount. That's the only way it will know how you truly feel. Your advice was quite helpful, thank you. And this little one and I are getting along quite well now. At first, I wasn't sure if I should outfit him with all of the royal gear. I thought maybe he should have to earn it first. But it works. He wears it like a true natural. I'm trying to be a bit more empathetic. Benefit of the doubt, you know? See that mountain? That's Mount Lanayru. It takes its name from the goddess of wisdom. Lanayru's decree is very specific. It says no one is allowed under the age of 17. For only the wise are permitted a place upon the mountain. I've prayed at the Spring of Courage and at the Spring of Power, yet neither awoke anything inside me. But maybe up there. Perhaps the Spring of Wisdom, the final of the three, will be the one. To be honest, I have no real reason to think that will be the case. But there's always the chance that the next moment will change everything. Tomorrow is my 17th birthday. So then I shall go and make my way up the mountain.
You know, some of these cutscenes are really good. That one in particular I felt was really good. Alright, so that one happens towards the end. And this is the one where she got upset at the spring, and then nothing really happened. So if I'm not mistaken, it looks like the story right now is... Let me try to recap if I remember everything right. I don't want to rewatch everything. This is where Link got knighted. They start their adventure. I remember at this one she got mad at him for following her, but he did it anyway. This one, I think Link fought a bunch of monsters in. And they realized things are starting to go south. This was the one we just saw. And I can't remember it. I'm not trying to delete. I want to watch. Can I not rewatch? That is unfortunate. Then she gets scolded by her father. She tries to pray at the spring. And gets frustrated. We just saw that one. Okay, and so the entire crew was on their way. I remember this one. This is when things started to go down, like for real. The entire crew was on their way for her to pray at the last spring. And then the badness happened. And everyone was like, get to your positions, get to your giant stone monster dudes. And this was where we were running through the forest and it was raining. So I'm guessing she never got to pray at that last spring then, from what we're seeing. Whoops. Nice picture. The world in ruin, but maybe we'll save something. It's not quite the direction I wanted that to go. Let's see. Self-portrait. Sure. That'll work. Just to prove we were here. I think that is... First off, there's a lot of goop there. Is that the direction of the Great Plateau? Where's the Great Plateau? No, this is the Great Plateau. Never saw this before. This must have been a new thing, or maybe I just never looked at it. This is the Great Plateau. So that's kind of the direction of the Great Plateau. I've been to Outskirts Stable. I never went to this thing. Very much like to check that out at some point. Maybe that'll be our next thing before we explore a new area. Is we'll end up checking that one out. But yeah, that's the Great Plateau. So I've seen those because of the Great Plateau, I think. Or no, actually, there's a lady over here who wanted to see the Master Sword, I think. You know, I was thinking maybe I could, like, do a flying shield surfing jump onto her. Onto the horse, and that would work? No, that doesn't work at all. So I labeled something over here. You! Are you important?
Hey!
If you're lucky, you might be able to see a shooting star when gazing at the night sky. If you go to where a shooting star lands, you'll find treasure there. Or so I've heard. I'll have to see a shooting star at least once in my life. Very helpful, thank you. So, my only guess is I saw something over here at some point, or I thought there might have been something over here at some point, and I marked it. That's all I got. I don't know. You know what, this game, I'm looking at it now, this game does run a lot better than the beginning. I remember complaining about it a lot. And I haven't complained about it in a while. I wonder if that's because I got used to it or if it really did get better. I think it did. I think it is performing a lot better in most circumstances. There's very few points where it lags more than I'm comfortable with. Kind of have a feeling there's not going to be much in this forest. But there is a road that runs through it, so... maybe it has some importance? It's a good place to restock anyway. Since I'm once again finding trouble finding topics to talk about. This is water. I'll bring it up because I've said this before, but it's been a while. At least I hope I didn't talk about it in this series. That'll be embarrassing if I talk about it again. But there was a point back a long time ago when I started, well, long time ago, but back when I started doing Let's Plays, where I was doing Minecraft Let's Plays. You know, because I'd watch people do them, they looked like fun, so I decided to do it too. I ran into a big problem I started to discover after a while. I'm not especially great at filling dead air. I can do it for, you know, some periods of time, but it takes a lot of work to fill dead air, especially if you're not good at it. So I was pretty bad at that, and I still am somewhat. So I stopped doing that. Found out I like doing regular Let's Plays more. You know, the kind with story and, you know, if there's a bit of time to interject and add some stuff, you know, that's good. That's when you can do a little bit of talking and stuff, but I wasn't ever good at just the, like, the solid, you know, okay, for half an hour find something to do. Because after a while it kind of becomes a chore and it's really hard to keep up with. Unless you just happen to be really good at that kind of thing. There's a whole lot of nothing out here. But of course now I'm playing this, and while there's a decent amount of story in it, there is obviously just very big, large sections where nothing ends up happening. Okay. And I've got to fill a lot of dead air. It doesn't help that I also have a short attention span sometimes, and I get distracted by, you know, an animal that I decide I want to kill. Random enemies chasing me, all that jazz. So it's kind of a hard thing to do, you know? I think it takes a lot of practice, and while I've had some practice, I'm still not great at it. Alright, so out of all the areas that I've uncovered, there's this mountain with a pool of water on top of it. Am I down? And there's a lake over here. Those are 2 points of interest I'd like to visit. I'd like to go back to Outskirts Stable at some point, which should be pretty easy. I don't know if I ever went up here. And then I'd like to go here. That's about all I've got left of, like, massive points of interest that I know I'd like to visit. Oh, hey, I've been looking for some rocks for a while. Although, I don't know if I can climb on these properly. Oh, you can. Okay. Prepare to do dumb things yet again now that I actually have a real rock and not a snowball like I did last time. Alright. Let me see if I remember how to do this right. First you freeze. Then you place a bomb. Oh, it doesn't work. Okay, hold on. We're going to try it one more time. Let's get something I don't care about as much. Could use the Master Sword. That thing regenerates. Not like I ever use it anyway. We're going to launch ourselves clear off in that direction. Or we could use it as like a locomotion tool and, I don't know, try to go up the mountain. But I think it's far more fun this way. Because there's a decent chance we'll die. Probably should have set the bomb up ahead of time. Okay, that's okay. We got one more try. What we're gonna do... Can I push this into a slightly less awkward place? Oh gosh. Okay. That'll work. So, we place the bomb first. Doesn't matter which direction you hit it from, as long as the bomb's the last one. Crap. Nope. Messed up on that one. That would have been a cool one, too. That went far. Where did these other rocks go? I think they rolled all the way down. Man, I ruined my one chance for fame. Yeah, this is where you're supposed to land the ball. I ruined my chance for fame, and now I'll never be famous. It's terrible. I want to be like that cool guy in the GIF. I keep talking about the GIF, and I still can't do it. I want to be the cool guy in the GIF. It's probably taken from a video, but, you know, that's where I saw it was a GIF. Tree branch. As if. Get out of here, tree branch. Accidentally making my way up the mountain. Not yet. Let's go to the lake. There's a shrine somewhere over here. There's also this little section of forest over here that I was kind of interested in looking in. Maybe as I leave, I don't know. I don't know if there'll be anything over there, but, you know, it's a little strip of forest. There might be something. There's some kind of broken ground. Actually, is that the lake I'm heading for? That is the lake I'm heading for. I just happened to go kind of above it. And I'm actually pretty close to Satori Mountain, so maybe we'll head there first. Wait, Silent Princess? You never find Silent Princess anywhere but near a fairy fountain. Am I near a fairy fountain right now? Let's go to the shrine first so I have a warp point in case I do. Ugh. But we might be near a fairy fountain. If I'm just randomly finding Silent Princess out here. That would allow us to upgrade to 4 times if I've got the materials. I'm beginning to see a little bit of grinding in my future, possibly. Ooh, hey there. Synced swing. Some physics, possibly? That's not how you do that. They start off swinging, but that's not swinging anymore. Although, I was gonna say this is gonna get complicated, but Magnesis makes that pretty easy, doesn't it? Like you don't do something stupid like what I did. Yeah, that's totally writable. Look at that. Just jostle your heart to death. That, It's good. Maybe just a little gentler. There are no horses in here, Link. What are you doing? Remember back when this game was focused on a little bit on being a stealth game? Me too. Out of those 3 markers on the bottom right corner of my screen, I've come to the realization that, what do I get rid of? I've come to the realization that the sound meter has had very, very little impact on really anything that I've done. Because, like, enemies noticing you has not been a very big deal to me. I've come to the realization. It's kind of interesting, you know, they started off the game kind of making it... It seemed kind of like it was going to be a big deal. And then it just, I don't know. It lost kind of the focus. I'd say it stopped becoming important around the time that, Oh, I see. It stopped becoming important around the time that the game stopped hand-holding you. Which was about the time you found, Kakariko Village. Not saying that in a bad way. I'm just saying the game did start off by, you know, kind of giving you an objective, and then everything got really open world after that. Please, Link. Link, please. You're making me nervous, man. I was kind of wondering what was going to happen if that totally wasn't worth it, but I think that was okay. Okay, I see what's going on here. There's an easier way I could solve this, but the idea of using physics for this sounds kind of fun. Alright, I think I need to, like, shoot an arrow through it. Okay. We're just gonna take the easy way. There's gonna be a lot of work to all this, and it's like, nah. I'm good. Gotta keep the shrine robbers out. That one was fun with magnesis again. That was the theme of that one was fun with magnets. Here are magnet platforms, move them around. Don't move them around too vigorously or you may get slammed off the ledge or do some strange physics thing that causes you to fall into the great void below. Alright, so Silent Princess right here. Let's keep going up the mountain. More Silent Princess. Kind of feels like there might be something of interest up here. Maybe where that little pool of water at the top of the mountain is, maybe that's going to be it. This point's actually got a really good overview of most of Hyrule. You can see those mountains over there. You can see what I presume to be the Gerudo Desert somewhere around here. You can sort of see the elephant. It's not quite well lit. There's Death Mountain. Good view from here. I like it. They did a nice job of making the outer edges of the map tall and the middle of it relatively short. So that for the most part it's kind of like a bowl and you can see across it really easily. Because that would have been really annoying if there's just a ginormous mountain in the middle of everything. Don't see any fairy fountain, but there's a lot of silent princesses. And Endura carrots. This feels like a fairy fountain somewhere. Maybe it's like right across from the area. I don't know. Got like some cherry blossom tree here. I don't know. I'd hate to leave here if there was a fountain. But maybe there is no fountain. Satori Mountain. I don't know. Might be kind of fruitless. Well, there's a lot of birds up here. What a weird place. What a weird place. Really. What's that thing on top of the mushroom thing over there? Do you see that? When we land, we're going to take a look at that. I can't really see it from here. Looks like a little hut thing. Yeah, there's a little, like, hut up there. Washa's Bluff. Maybe Washa lives up there. It'll be a to investigate in the future kind of thing, I think. I don't really want to stop my parade around Hyrule for one little thing that may not actually be very interesting. So it kind of looks like at some point the ground got broken here like an earthquake. Or maybe some giant battle happened and the ground healed over time. Oh no, there's silent princesses here. I thought they only came around... Yeah, I thought they only ended up coming around the fairy fountains. I guess I was wrong. Why is this moving? Some metal rock. It is. Okay. You know, I was thinking he's gonna spit at me because that's what those enemies usually do, but he's Bones. Bones cannot do any spitting. There's a chest over here too. Was that not it? I think that enemy killed itself. Yeah, it definitely did. Maybe it was one of these rocks that I threw off the edge is what I needed. Giant boomerang. It's not as good as most of the other stuff I have. I have a feeling that the giant metal wasn't the right thing, maybe. Maybe it was just like a regular rock that I needed. Wrong way. It's like they set all these rocks up here with the express purpose of you missing a lot. Come on, Link. Get yourself in the right direction here. We ain't got time to throw around rocks. We gotta save the princess. And you're throwing rocks. You know what? Hey, let's... Why am I making this so difficult on myself if I can do this? Although getting the rock up there is probably going to be a little bit harder. Can I throw it up? Nope, the rock. Got it. Got the rock. Exercise and frustration is what I'm doing. Oh, I did it! By accident. Maybe I just needed, like, to set up some guides, you know? Some guides to throw it in with. And this is where he killed himself by jumping in the water. I didn't realize that they're vulnerable to water, but they, in fact, are vulnerable to water. There are a load of silent princesses around here. Yeah, the game still lags when you do that. Okay, so... I think I see how this goes. Maybe. Or maybe it's over here. Maybe that's the log. I don't know if that's a log when you get over here. There might just be a bit of land that suspiciously looks like a log, but is in fact not a log. But that is in fact a log. Dang it. Meddlesome rocks. It's a bit of a puzzle here. It's testing your intelligence, that's the puzzle. Do I want that spear? That spear doesn't look to be especially valuable. Of course it's raining. It's always raining. Why make this hard? There's no sense in any of you. It's a hearty truffle. Very glad I went and did this. For a truffle and a spear. Not even a good spear. Bad spear. Take out my anger on the enemy over here. I'm Bone Man on a horse. Alright, well, I'd say I'm... Oh, wait, what is this? Is this a durian? What are you? Durian! I found the durians. They grow in the durian trees. In the durian forest. I want them. Maybe cutting down the tree would have been a better option? I don't know. Alright. This is the last thing I said I wanted to look at was this little stretch of forest down here. I'm not going to spend too long in it, I don't think, because it just looks like big versions of that one tree I had the picture next to, but that's about it. Aren't these a real tree in real life? Aren't they called, like, Baobobs or Baobobs or something? I feel like that's what they're called. The Baobob tree. Don't know if that's what they're called. If you're taking a test tomorrow for class, although I think it is summer now. Yeah, it is, so. If you're taking any kind of test for any class in the future and you're watching this, I cannot guarantee you if that is a Baobob tree. I will look it up afterwards for my own purposes of wanting to know if it is in fact a Baobob tree, but I'm not sure if that is a Baobob tree. Baobob might not even be a tree. I might just be making it up. I think it's a Baobob tree. They grow in dry areas or something. I'm gonna feel real bad if they're not Baobob trees, though. I just ruined someone's test grade. How about this? I've got a better idea. These are not Baobob trees unless you've looked them up ahead of time and found out they are Baobob trees. So this is what happens when I run out of things to talk about. I start babbling about Baobob trees. Oh, I could have gotten another beetle. It's been so long. I haven't scoured the forest in a while. That's where I used to get them all. I would scour the forest while making all that money. Making food and then selling it. I haven't done that in a while. That's still that bluff I was wanting to look at. And it transitions into this kind of mountainy area that looks kind of deserty. I think it might be. We've got a river below. I mean, at this point, I don't see why not. Let's go river diving. Okay, I've stumbled upon an enemy camp. The enemy lurks deep in the waves. Probably made a poor decision. You know what? We'll stop here. What was... Wait, was that a mimic? I didn't even know that was a chest. I think that's a mimic. It was very strange. I think that was like a mimic of some sort, but I'm not really sure. I was kind of wondering what it was. I was just looking at it. I didn't even know what it was. I guess that's kind of the purpose of mimics, isn't it? Anyway, I'm going to stop it off there. I think we're slightly over 2 hours, which is, you know, good time for me. If you've got anywhere I should visit, let me know. I've been slightly aimless over the past few episodes since I haven't had direct communication for the most part, but my plan as of current is to... Let's see. We're down... No, we're not down here. I looked through this already. I went to there, went to the mountain. Don't know if I visited this yet, so maybe that. I definitely want to visit this, because this looks like it'll be interesting. Some kind of man-made structure, yet again. Definitely want to visit... yeah, what's that one? Because there's some lady who wants to see the Master Sword somewhere down here, I think. And I guess eventually... maybe we'll head up here. That's all I got for right now. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time for some more Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Bye!